Dreams. By J. W. Steele. Fourth density, hung in the void like a forgotten relic, drifting somewhere between Earth and the unseen threshold of eternity. No maps charted its existence, no starships ventured near. It was a place for lost souls that had strayed too far from the path of life, drawn in by whispers, carried on karmic winds. At its heart, atop a towering peak that defied oblivion, stood Mara, the overseer of death and rebirth. His name was older than memory, older than language, and older than the light of dying stars. They called him many things in hushed whispers, but to the ones who found his realm, he was known simply as Mara, all that is illusion. He did not seek them out, they came of their own accord, drifting, wandering, and yearning. He welcomed them with a vacant stare, his face like a wooden mask, and eyes that flickered with the embers of long-forgotten suns. Tonight, the wind carried another visitor. A lone figure stumbled up the rocky incline toward the mouth of the cavern, its translucent form shimmering under the eerie glow of the eternal twilight. The soul had once been female, but now her shape flickered and stretched with the weight of forgotten regrets and lingering doubts. She clutched her chest as if the emptiness inside could be contained, her breath shallow, though she no longer needed breath. "Welcome, Sophia," a voice echoed from the darkness ahead. "You were on your way home, when you died. It was a car accident. Nothing unusual, many move on that way, but alas, your misfortune was fatal, nonetheless. The EMTs tried their best to save you, but to no avail. Your body was utterly broken, you are better off now, trust me." Her spirit froze. The voice was thick, like the settling dust of ancient tombs, and yet it carried strange, haunting warmth. From the shadows emerged a tall and gaunt spectre, his form shrouded in a tattered robe of woven stardust. His eyes, deep as black holes, appraised the visitor with a hungry curiosity. "You've come a long way, child," he said, stepping forward, his skeletal fingers curling with invitation. "This world is a sanctuary, for those who are released and forsaken. Do not fear, for here, you are safe." The spirit hesitated, gazing beyond the tattered spectre, deep into the cave's gaping maw. Inside, distant murmurs echoed, a symphony of despair and longing, countless voices blending into a dirge of eternal craving. The air was thick with the scent of dreams extinct, dreams forsaken, and dreams abandoned. "What do you mean?" she whispered. "My mountain is a refuge," Mara said, his face tightened. "A place where you may rest, from your dreams, where you may find purpose once more." Sophia glanced behind her at the swirling mists that surrounded the mountain, and the endless abyss beyond. There was nowhere else to go. Her resolve faltered, and she took a trembling step forward. Yes, I am tired, oh so tired of dreaming for what will never be," she whispered. "Come then," Mara said, his voice soothing as a lullaby. "Come inside, and let me show you the way." With that, the soul crossed the threshold into the darkness, unaware that she had just become another fugitive, from the realm of dreams. Ages passed in the mountain, but how many, the soul could not say. The corridors stretched endlessly, lined with the flickering remnants of countless others who had come before. Shadows danced against the stone walls, whispering secrets that felt almost like memories. Mara glided through the cavernous halls, his touch cold and lingering, his voice a steady hum in the darkness. "You must surrender," Mara whispered, one evening as they stood before an obsidian mirror reflecting nothing but the void. "All that you were, all that you carried, it does not serve you here." The soul hesitated, gazing into the empty mirror, longing for a reflection that no longer existed. "What happens if I let go?" Mara's face hardened, his jagged teeth glinting like shards of long-forgotten aspirations that once gave her purpose. "Then you become part of something greater." Days turned to years and years into centuries, and the soul's sense of self began to erode. It could no longer remember the color of its eyes, the sound of laughter, or the warmth of a lover's touch. All that remained was the murmur of the mountain, Mara's constant presence, and the gnawing emptiness, that grew ever deeper. One evening beneath the watchful eye of a ghostly sapphire moon, Sophia awoke with a startling realization. "This isn't my sanctuary," she whispered. "It's my fate." And in that moment of clarity, her soul understood. Mara did not feast on flesh. He feasted on desires, on dreams never fulfilled, on the longing of those who wandered too far from their purpose. He did not trap them, he simply allowed them to surrender. As one awakened, Sophia strolled deep into the cavern where Mara sat on his throne of skulls. "I do not belong here," she said, her voice trembling but resolute. Mara's expression darkened, his form seeming to stretch and ripple with an unseen force. "Are you so certain?" he hissed. "What awaits you beyond this mountain, beyond the abyss, what lies above that which has no outside or inside?" "I know not," she replied, stepping back, "but I would rather face the unknown than remain in the comfort of oblivion." His fingers reached out, but Sophia had already stepped beyond his grasp, back toward the mist that shrouded the entrance. The murmurs grew frantic, the cave walls trembled, but the soul pushed forward, determined to find a way back to something. Anything. As she stepped beyond the threshold, the mist parted, revealing a cosmos with endless possibilities. The soul felt a weight lift. A sense of purpose slowly rekindling within. Like one who is aimed. Mara watched from the shadows, and sighed. How many broken lives. How many unfulfilled visions. How much inconceivable pain. Such a pity, they always come back. For eternity in a day, most will not understand. Their dreams and their longings are never colder than the truth on my mountain.